welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Smash in the building, man. Y'all see what's going on. We driving around in the car, so that means we going somewhere. I want to check in with this one. All right, gang, we rolling, man. Like I said, we back, man. We in the car. We are on our way to a special place right now. I ain't gonna say what the place is. You know what I mean? If you've seen the past couple videos, you know what's going on. You know what's going down. You know, you see the plastic in the back seat, I'm sure. You know what I mean? This is my little, hey, my kicker, my little truck. You know what I mean? This thing puts in work. She puts in work. But we're on our way to a place right now, and I'll let y'all know when we get there. And I'm excited, man, because she's ready. She's ready, and she is. I ain't gonna give you no specs. Just check in when we get there. All right, guys, we done made it here. Like I said, it's exciting, very exciting, man. You know, it's exciting, but I'm like, damn, I ain't giving away all this damn money. Like you know what I could have did with all this? That's why I said the G8 is a thirsty motherfucker. You know what I mean? The thirsty motherfucker. I love the car, But when you do this, and look, when I tell y'all, look, this shit is not cheap. I've done this twice already. This is my second time rebuilding this. So I'm kind of over it. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I'm definitely kind of over this. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even tell y'all what we doing. But if you don't know, if you haven't been around, if it's your first time tapping in the video, hold on. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, guys, and tell a friend and tell a friend. Let them know what kind of content we dropping and what we about to get into. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, we have made it to Keith Transmissions, guys. Keith Transmissions, my guy Ray that hooked me up. He got me together. Everything's ready to go. Actually, the transmission been ready for a couple days now. Actually, probably a little more than that. You know, I would say big shout out to the shop for sure. Definitely big shout out to the shop. They got me together. I told them my deadline, and I didn't even tell y'all. So if y'all watched the last video, basically what I was supposed to do, excuse me, sorry about that. Basically what I was supposed to do, I was supposed to go to a prison car show. Yes, I know, that's crazy, huh? A prison car show, yes. So it was a prison car show they was holding down here. It's actually gonna be inmates judging the cars, inmates that made the trophies and everything like that. It was gonna be pretty sick. It was definitely gonna be pretty sick. I was excited. I was definitely excited. But everybody played their part. Everybody got done, but Circle D's ass. You know what I mean? Circle D's ass. And shout out to them because they did get me together, you know, and, you know, my torque converter, they told me everything was good, but the lockup clutches was fucked. They were fucked. They were pretty burnt. So we got that taken care of. We got that all cleaned out and everything. So I'm definitely excited about that. But nonetheless, back to Keith Transmissions, man. They took real good care of me, guys. Real good care of me. So we're going to go in there. I'm going to get my guy Ray on camera. We're going to talk about the transmission. He going to tell you everything he did. And then, you know, hey, we're going to get to it, guys. We're going to get to it. There she is, guys. Ready. I'm excited. Fully built. Woo! Okay. Let's get in the car, then we'll talk about it.
I can't hardly walk now.
It wasn't that bad. It was. I mean, I would say without the fluid, it's definitely a lot lighter than it would have. Because it was the fluid and the converter in when I first did this, so it pretty sucked, yeah, for sure. But now it's not that bad. We got it in, guys. We got it in. I'm definitely excited. We'll explain more, but let's go check out Ray's wagon.
Bad part that they split, or they don't hold very good, stuff like that.
Oh.
You can tell.
Oh shit! Okay.
Here's what, it doesn't matter what kind of clutch it is.
Uh huh.
Here's what a stock clutch looks like.
Oh shit! So that color and everything.
Yeah, that color. Well, it turns red.
Okay.
But you can tell it's been burnt.
Yeah.
So it's been slipping. You know, been slipping. And then here's this. And then this one's been slipping.
Oh, those are the same way.
And then you hot spot the steels. Right
Oh,
here,
there we go. Okay.
This is just like a standard clutch.
Okay.
You know, when you pull out the clutch and the pressure plates all burn up.
Yeah,
it's had too much heat. It's had too much heat. There's a little slipping going on, and there's your slippage. So,
okay.
So that's all that is. So.
Okay, I appreciate that.
And usually these pistons are blamed because they're not very good design. There's not a lot of lip, you know. And the bad thing about it is we live in Kansas, so it goes from, you know, your car's what, negative 15 on a 0-degree day.
Yeah.
That, and then it's 120 on a 100-degree day. Yeah. So you get that fluctuation.
And you know, that's actually what happened.
Rubber hates that.
When I first experienced this problem, that's actually what happened. It was like really cold that day. I was just going to put some fuel in there, some E85, wasn't dropping on or anything. and it just started acting funny right then and there. So that's actually kind of crazy that you said that. That's pretty wild. Man, that's insane.
Especially on cold days, you want to get that tranny up to temperature.
Yeah.
Which is up to temperature in the transmission is up to normal operating temperature of your engine oil, because most trannies, the fluid goes through the radiator to both cool it and heat it in the wintertime.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
how else is your tranny getting warm in the wintertime besides the torque converter?
Oh, adding heat with the lockup and all.
you know, when it's
Okay.
negative 15 and you go roll around, it's just so cold, that fluid's so thick.
Yeah.
So you want the temperature to get up, and then you want that temperature to stay up for about 15 minutes so that it can heat up the transmission, because that's a lot of stuff in there to heat up. So you always want, you know, with drag race stuff, with like my Camaro, she just sits on that shit with Power Glide, dead cold.
Really?
You know, it don't matter. But these new stuff, you can't do it because
Nah.
because I'm not computer controlled.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
computer controlled. It's
Yeah.
just a manual valve and a band and a clutch.
Yeah,
On that thing.
yeah.
That's it. These things are NASA compared to what I got in my
That's
my stuff.
crazy.
And you gotta make sure everything's right. You want to heat it up. You know, you can still get the motor cool, but you just, well, because it cools and heats the transmission.
That makes sense, dude. I actually just learned quite a bit. You know what I mean? Because I mean, I didn't really think that it would heat the transmission per se. You know what I mean? As far as taking the heat from the radiator.
Especially
you know,
these new ones have temperature sensors in the transmission somewhere.
Yeah.
It's the valve body, sometimes it's pump. It could be anywhere.
Yeah.
It just depends. But they want to see a specific temperature, or if you don't have a tune, it will actually cut power down a little if it don't see that transmission or a weird shift, you know, because it wants to see a specific transmission temperature. And I don't know if you got a gauge on it. Usually transmission
I do
runs
have a
like
gauge.
220,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
220.
yeah.
You don't want to. There's a specific thing, and I think it's, don't quote me on it, especially with new ones, 260, 270 for transmission. That's when it starts breaking down the fluid, and the fluid.
That's what I used to have problems with that. Like when I was trying to chase and figure out when I was trying to figure out the size of my trans cooler and everything because it was too small. It used to live at like 260, 250
Yeah.
all the time. So yeah, and then once I got a bigger trans cooler on there now, I mean we're about 200.
Yeah,
you know,
because stock cars are basically, I don't care, GM, Ford, Toyota, I don't care. Whatever that car is, it's just rated for that car in stock trim. So you throw a tune in, you throw a little air filter, you throw some catbacks, you've already over that
Yep.
tranny by about 10-15%.
Okay.
Because they ain't gonna. Well, okay. So here's this. Maybe they put a tune on, so we'll add a little extra.
Yeah, they not doing
GM
no
ain't
extra
gonna do
beefing.
that. They ain't gonna do that. They about the cubic dollars.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
anything
dollar-
you do to
pennies
your
on the
car
dollar.
is a trickle down thing. Like I used to run drag bikes,
Uh-huh.
and it was the next weakest link, and you're gonna find it. You're gonna
Really?
find it.
That's
Whatever is the
crazy.
next weakest link. So anytime you upgrade something, you got to look in the rear. What else? Transmission,
Yeah,
differentials,
I mean, you're
drive
searching
shaft.
for everything now because, it's, like you said, wherever the weakest link is gonna find
It's
itself.
gonna find it.
It's gonna
so
find
as long
it.
as you can't over transcool a if you ask me, because you know, if it comes out and it's it gets there, so it goes through the transmission, and then you should have it so where it comes out of the transmission, it goes through the radiator, and then you should have it go through the radiator and then through the transcooler. You can do it both ways, but I like going through the radiator and then through the transcooler, so it cools it down about an
Yeah.
10, 15 degrees.
Because it still hits that
so,
radiator
So then
temperature.
it's running around 200 degrees and it's perfect. And I always suggest using synthetic fluid in them.
Yep.
No matter what it is, I usually buy whatever's cheap at O'Reilly's,
Yeah.
like Valvoline
Yeah.
or Valvoline. It doesn't matter, but I want.
But it's still synthetic.
Full synthetic
Yep.
transmission fluid. Like
Yep.
Deck 6 is only considered which that car probably wants.
I think it
only
is a Deck
considered
6.
semi-synthetic.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And we went to some oil classes that Ray sent me to, and he said it's just the easiest way to think about it. Your oil, it's like your broth. Like when you Cajun cooking or something.
Yeah.
The better the broth, the better the fluid.
Okay,
And
okay.
And the oil, that's stock transmission fluid, is just okay.
Uh-huh.
Semi-synthetic's a little better, but you know, full synthetic is even better. So your broth is better. So then they throw all their additives in there with seasoning,
Yeah.
and they make it a little better.
Ah,
Red
I like
line,
that. I like
red line,
that.
Royal purple, and they make a whole bunch of
Yeah,
basic,
yeah.
you whatever. They make a whole bunch of stuff, and it's really cheap. No, it's really expensive, but you know, synthetic is synthetic.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I kind of like Lucas too, but I don't.
I heard Lucas is
I
really
don't know
well.
how Lucas does on that thing. I throw Lucas in all my stuff.
Okay.
Like the old stuff.
Okay.
You know, it's Power Glide or a
Okay.
350. But you know, but I like the Lucas. It's a big bottle. I'd never throw the 32 ounces in it. Maybe put half. Of
Okay,
it in there.
okay. It's not
So
too much,
That
okay.
basically gets you.
It gets
a
the
full-
additives and
I
everything.
just like Lucas. It's
Okay.
like old STPs.
Yeah, hey, STP has been around for sure. Definitely been around for sure.
Busting it open.
Man.
You good on that?
Thank you, Scott, man. I really appreciate you, man. Definitely appreciate you, man. Y'all say thank you to Scott, man. Definitely say thank you to Scott in the comments. Like I said, man, this shop is amazing. Amazing. I'm so glad I got in touch with these guys. So glad that I'm working with these guys. They are amazing as far as explaining everything, as far as, you know, getting everything together. My guy got me a ship kit. Like, we went all the way through with this. So, hey, show some love in the video, guys. Definitely show some love in the video. And we're going to show his wagon again, too.
Buddy followed it. It was up north somewhere.
Okay.
He bought it, and they didn't even tow it. They just drove it.
They drove it. Wow.
You know?
And it had no issues. It made it all the way through.
No issues at all.
Jesus, if y'all haven't seen this in my last video, this is Ray's beautiful wagon. Beautiful. Like, look, you don't hear that no more. They don't make cars like that no more, guys.
They say it. They don't have a junk LS in it.
Ah!
The AC put in, blows ice cold. Other than that, you can tell the motor needs done, but
Yeah.
it runs like great. New brakes, master.
Oh, yep, you can see it right there,
You know,
yep.
just did it for the drive. He's actually got to go cut his dad's grass today, and he's going to drive this to 199th, almost to Stillwell.
There you
And
go.
He drives this thing all over.
Man, that's the beauty of it, though. That's the beauty of it. And she's still kicking, no
It's
problem.
got R700 R4 in it.
Okay.
It's got R700 R4, no stall, because it don't have cam in it.
Okay, okay.
The only thing you did is me and my buddy Mike Olds put a old pumpkin rear end in it. You know, so not the pumpkin, but the rear gears. The
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
spool.
yeah, yeah, the spool,
not a
yeah,
spool,
okay.
Not a spool, sorry, a posi.
Okay.
We put
That makes sense, okay.
The whole thing in there.
Gotta get
We
correct
didn't-
with the terminology.
We didn't use any old parts of that old rear end. We just took the chunk out and rebuilt it and
That's
did
sick.
that. So Mike Olds did a real good out.
So y'all do rear ends too?
It's a 373. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
he
can
said
get
he
away
said
with
she'll
that.
roast the tires.
Oh yeah.
He said she'll roast
I was the
them.
first one to do it.
Really? You had to test it out.
You can't put a 373 unless you got an overdrive, because this thing already does. It ain't got no tack in it, but you know it's probably tacking 25 going 70.
Really?
But if it was a 1-to-1, it'd be 331.
Oh, that's sick, man.
But good motor. It needs a little bit of TLC, some love.
But look at this paint. Like, Jesus.
It's been painted, but we don't know how long ago.
But it's so clean,
I
though.
don't
It's
know.
so well kept.
Everyone
Like,
get on Keith's page or whatever, Ray's page, and I mean, there's room for a big block in this. You don't
oh,
want to do it.
she got room for turbos. She got room for everything up in there.
But yeah, a good daily driver.
That is sick, man. That is sick. This thing is sweet. This thing is sweet. I love it. Every time I see it, guys, I love it.
Is he going to get that or you?
Y'all see what's going on. Like I said, drop some love in the comments. Drop some love in the comments. Y'all see it. Lay it back. Come on now. My guy did his thing with it. He did his thing with it for sure. This thing is amazing. Definitely amazing. Man, this has been a fire experience, guys. Definitely a fire experience. Like I said, it's my first time working with them. Very first time working with them, and it's been nothing but love. Nothing but love the whole time, guys. So, big shout out to them, man. If you need anything around transmission work, rear end work, anything like that, tap into my guys. Definitely tap in with them. Decoration in here, guys. This is sick. Look at that wrench. Look at the old school saw right there. You got one right there. Yeah, he told me that's a saw right there. That's insane. Look at the Big Dad up there. Like, this is so cool, man. This is so cool. Hey, we gonna get it right now. My boy Ray is hilarious, man. Hey, I appreciate you. I want to see you on camera too. I appreciate you, bud.
And don't worry, everybody. We hooked this motherfucker straight up. It's badass.
Hey,
I'll tell you later.
man, appreciate y'all. Y'all need to tap in if y'all need any transmission work. Y'all know where to go.
And if you like a good Coors Light, he's buying.
We out, guys. Yeah, she's kind of heavy. Oh yeah. Hey, you know. You see it. It's time to get to work.